Welcome in. My name is Hannah and thank you for joining me today. I have some really special, amazing pieces to show you. Some of these I've either repaired, I've made myself, well, restrung them. I also have a few really special gold and silver pieces that I wanted to share and also give you some tips on how you can find similar pieces and to show that you don't need a ton of extra money to find pieces like these. First, I'm actually going to show these rings that I have. I'll show this one first. I'm not sure if this is a men's ring. It has a very almost Art Deco, probably mid-century ring. My husband thinks it's a men's pinky ring because of the style, and also the stone here is hard to see with the way my light is, but it's actually a black star sapphire. And I didn't realize, well, I guess I recently learned sapphires come in different colors, and black is one of them, which I was not aware of. And I believe this ring's been repaired quite a few places. You can see here, this area right behind the stone has been cut out and then soldered, and you can see the solder around the seam there. You can see where these little stones, which I believe were diamonds at one point, but these weren't testing as diamonds, and they're not they don't sparkle like diamonds, so I'm not really sure what these are. And they're open back, but it's a little dirty. It's marked 18 karat. And I got this dirt cheap. I went to a local shop. They have a huge tub full of bag jewelry, and you really have to dig to find stuff. It's sort of aggravating, but this one day that I went was very rewarding. I actually found 4 pieces of gold, and this was one of them. I really like this ring. I've actually worn it a few times. It's a size 8. It's marked 18 karat, but when I acid tested it, it was actually 14 karat. So I'm really confused about this ring, and with all the soldered repairs to it that aren't that great, plus it's really black around this. I don't think that was intentional, and I think these stones have been replaced. I don't know that I could sell it like this, but I really enjoy it. My husband actually was like, oh, I want a pinky ring. So I steal it from him sometimes. So that was a really, really lovely find. And then this one, also really wonderful. I showed this at the end of a live I had recently where I announced a winner to the giveaway that I had. And I found this online, and it just said statement ring, purple stone, something like that. And they took a picture of the back of the band, and I was like, wow, that's marked in several places. So that's definitely means something. And I'm not too familiar with gold markings. We can kind of see it there. It's a star with a sickle and hammer, which is for Soviet Union. and it is marked 583, which is a Russian gold marking for 14 karat. And it has some other numbers and like letters, and I think that pertains to where exactly this ring was made, but it is Russian. Soviet Union ended in the 90s, and I believe this is probably from the 70s or 80s. And I wondered if this was amethyst just because it's purple, but then I was wearing it and was in different lighting and noticed it changed colors. So it is actually synthetic glass. It's faux Alexandrite. So it changes colors in natural or fluorescent light. It'll look more like a bluish purple, but then in like incandescent light, it has a very purpley red color. So here you can kind of see it's kind of teetering between, because I've got different lighting going on in my room. But I will actually show a picture, one under the incandescent light and then one under a more fluorescent light, and it's beautiful. I love this kind of glass. Go over some pieces I've had for a while. I did do a short on this, and I was so intrigued by it. It looks sterling to me, but it was not marked. And then it has this very old looking clasp. So we've got a C clasp here, and it's just made out of wire. And then the wire has been twisted and soldered there, and then the pin's really long. So looking at the way this is constructed, and it took me a while to figure out who this is. I was like, this kind of looks Egyptian. And the more that I look into it, this image is from an old, I think it was a carving or either a wall painting from ancient Assyria. So this is an Assyrian god, Sargon II. He's holding a goat that he was going to give to to the Assyrian king at the time. I think he's holding some kind of flower there. And yeah, you could see this kind of gave it away, this Assyrian interesting beard he's got there. So really cool find. And I saw that there was a huge revival in the Assyrian style during the Victorian era, so late 1800s, early 1900s. I believe that was before the huge Egyptian craze during the Art Deco period. So this was probably before that. And I love this. I don't know if this is sterling or a higher silver count. I'm not really sure, but I don't know, I've just been holding on to it, I guess, till I find out more about it. But I think I know enough about it. And then this brooch has been in my collection a while. It's broken, but it's absolutely beautiful to me. This is the only time I've come across a really beautiful mosaic, so I'm holding on to it. I don't exactly know the age of this, but we've got a tube hinge and then a safety clasp. So a tube hinge is pretty early, antique, but not the safety class. So I'm not sure if that was repaired, or if this is old, been repaired, or if this is newer. I don't really know the age, but it's got this huge crack that goes all the way through. But look at this beautiful mosaic work with these flowers. Really beautiful. It's not a micro mosaic. I believe it has to have like over 200 of these little glass pieces, so there's not 200 here. Probably more like 100 or less. But I love this brooch. I'm not gonna wear it. I don't want it to break or anything. I love this. And then this, my husband actually got me this a few years ago. I think either for my birthday or anniversary. He knew I love pocket watches and I always wanted one. So he surprised me with this, and this is an antique etched gold-filled watch, and it has this beautiful floral etched case with a bird. There's like houses back there. It's almost like it's holding a little heart, or maybe a letter. And then it's the same design except no houses there. And I've yet to find the right chain. I'm gonna need a chunkier chain to hold this, because it's got a little bit of weight, but it's such a beautiful dainty pocket watch. There it is. It's a Waltham. Really beautiful. I'm not sure the exact date on this, but I do know it's pretty old, and I need to fix that somehow. It keeps popping off. Now, yeah, we'll go with this necklace. If you have not watched, I did my first, well, really it was my second live, but it was my first craft with me, and I made this necklace during that live from start to finish, and I'm really surprised. But you guys that were there in the chat were such a huge help. Helped me get this necklace made. I was asking for suggestions, and you guys really came through, and I just had such a fun time. And I'll try to announce whenever I do another one. It probably won't be that often, but it was a lot of fun. I just had a free evening and wanted to make something, and thought, you know, other people might want to watch and join. So we took these old Venetian wedding cake beads. I had these salvaged bead caps, filigree balls, and these really lovely cat's eye glass beads. So we have that there. And then I showed these beads. It's been a while, a few months. I bought these loose. Someone was just selling them as vintage beads, and I knew exactly what these were. These are Neiger Brothers beads. And I believe this is from like their India collection. So we've got these faces with wearing head turbans, and these really cool etched or molded, they're not etched, they're molded beads. These look like some kind of, maybe a fly, a cicada. We've got this mustard yellow, ketchup red, really fun. I strung these on cotton because originally that's how these would be strung, and cotton is not the strongest thread to use. Silk's a little more stronger, but I wanted to keep to the era, and so at the end I tied several knots and used GS Hypo cement to seal that knot. So I don't think it's that noticeable, but it'll definitely hold up. This one I also repaired. It was broken just in one place, and I decided it would be a shame to take this all apart, even though some of the metal was kind of tarnished and lost some of the plating. I thought this needed to stay how it was. So we've got these beautiful speckled green beads, and the clasp, you can kind of see it there, but it's marked Czechoslovakia. Most of the times these clasps definitely give it away. It's either going to be West Germany or Czechoslovakia. Really pretty. These are referred to as pecking glass. Well, faux pecking glass. They're not real pecking glass, which is a type of Chinese glass. But really, really pretty. I love these little link connectors there. And then lastly, I just got these beads in, and they are very unusual foil beads. Here's these, and I think you can see that these are actually faceted, and the foil is cased within the clear glass that's faceted. And I'm gonna look at these focal beads first. Let's zoom in a little. These are really long, probably like almost 2 inches. You can kind of see the facets on these, but they're actually pretty worn, really rough in a lot of places. But how beautiful are these? There's some swirls of like pink and green, looks like some orange, yellow. We go down these beautiful filigree connectors. These are just so gorgeous. So the foil is not on the outside. You're not actually feeling it. They are cased within clear glass. Just beautiful. And here's the drop. This one's not quite as long as those other ones. We've got more color in there. And then these little beads, to me they look like a little like satin glass, but it's hard to tell. It's mostly a white, kind of clear, with swirls of red and green, and it's so subtle. Really pretty. I believe these are Czech made, Art Deco era. Just really beautiful. I'm so sad that these bead caps are so tarnished and so rusted. Now, I don't think those will clean up, so I'm torn to leave it the way it is or to keep the same design, the same structure, but then replace these, and then I'd have to use probably newer wire, which I kind of don't want to do that with this necklace. But if you guys have any suggestions on what to do with this necklace, leave as is, or to restring it the same design, let me know. I'd love to know. Yeah, I love these beads. So that is my little haul that I have for you, although some of this I've had for a while, but I really wanted to share with you guys that except for this, because my husband paid, you know, a decent amount for this, but everything else I paid really fair prices, some next to nothing. And let me tell you, there's opportunity out there. There are things to be found and discovered, and you just have to look, and you just have to arm yourself with knowledge. You know, just try to research things, and you know, I try my best to share the knowledge that I've found, and especially with glass beads. Not a lot of people talk about the glass in jewelry, and a lot of things get, you know, misidentified. And I know I want to find things other people are selling too, but if they don't know what they have, I might never find that piece. So yeah, I think it's just really important to just learn what you can, share what you know. So yeah, I also want to, I guess, formally announce that I have a channel membership now. So I'll show a little screenshot of where you have to go. You can only do this on like your computer or in a browser, like maybe you have a tablet, and there's going to be a join button beside my name, my channel name. Quietly opened up memberships. It's been a few weeks, and it's just one level right now, $1.99 a month, and it's just like a tip jar level. So maybe you want to, you know, give me a little bit of tip, but you don't want to buy anything from my shop. You could do it however long you want, no pressure. And right now I have, you get a little icon by your name, and it changes depending on how long you've been a member. So 1 month is one thing, and I've got really cool glass beads for each month, each level. So no pressure to do that. I just thought that I would share that if anybody wanted to support me in some way. And I really appreciate it. I actually already have a few members, and I am so thankful. Every little bit counts. It helps. It helps me to stay motivated, and you know, help me put more time into this and do more research and share what I know, because it can be a lot of work. So I really appreciate you guys. I am actually working on a new video, hopefully coming out within a week, and another educational video about a new glass that I have not yet covered or shared at all, and I'm super excited to share that with you all. And yeah, so that's all I have for you today. Thanks for sticking with me and watching me all the way through. I really appreciate it. Let me know also what your favorite piece was that I showed today. Always love to hear from you guys in the comments. So yeah, thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon.